just a little dump on a Sunday. What's new? Are we not used to it already? Are the moon boys still alive? Is the dream still alive? Is the Lambo's dream still alive? Let's find out. Hello Adrian and welcome back to my channel. It is 7:30 p.m. My time zone is UTC +8 and welcome everybody who is watching around the world. That was quite interesting, right? Well, for the moon boys who said no, we will immediately go up all the way to $20,000 or whatever they're saying, to 20,000 to 15,000, whatever their number is. I told you guys yesterday. I told you guys yesterday, 12K, 12.1K is basically the area that I see that we will have a small pullback. And other than that, I also said that will most likely be retesting the 10.5K area. So that's basically what happened. So I don't know if for the people who have been watching my my channel for a while, they should basically known that already. So was it something special or extraordinary? I don't think it was very extraordinary or anything like that. I told you guys yesterday when we were at around 11.6 or 11.7 or something like that, very likely continuation towards the 12K, 12.1K, and there I do see a pullback. And I also said that you don't have to be very concerned for people who have missed out or anything like that. Bitcoin always makes like these 10% pullbacks towards the downside, even if we are in a bullish trend. And the area that we should be looking at is around the 10.5K area, because I keep on hammering it. That was our breakout zone or our resistance line, and it should be turning into support. That's basically what happened yesterday. But first, let me say let me say hello first before I continue with my rant. Hi Darren, hi Cedric, hi Nikolai, hi Tang, hi Monkol, hi Hitcham, hi Zek, hi Pledit, hi Michael. Hope you are all doing well on this Sunday. So, to be clear, it was quite special to be seeing that. But basically, to be honest, nothing really that special happened. Like I know a lot of people are suddenly like, in shock that the price dumped like $1,600, $1,700, but I don't know. I mean, you should be used to that already, right? And definitely when we are going in such a parabolic move towards the upside, right? So whenever we get that move towards the upside, it was just a matter of time that we were going to be having a pullback. Now, why is that 12? Why did I say that after we have broken this this green box of 11,500 something like that, we will most likely be reaching towards 12K? So when everybody was thinking like, oh, the 11.5K, that's our top or something like that, no, I mean, we didn't even have bearish divergence, like I said yesterday on the 4-hour chart. So continuation is the trend, continuation. And I told you guys yesterday as well, and if you don't believe me, you can you can rewatch the stream yesterday. I said 12K, 12.1K is most likely the area where we'll be having that pullback of ours. Well, is there a reason why am I just guessing that it's 12.1K or 12K or something like that? No, it's the fact is this area here is basically our previous high since August 2019. Which is what after we break a critical pivot point from like a year and a half old, this pivot point here, it basically is our resistance, and it just went back to our previous high, right? Which is our new resistance. And then where did I tell you guys that you should be aiming for a retracement at one point? Basically the 10.5K, because that is where we broke out from, right? So this is it. We broke out from here, and then what can you see? Where did the price go down to? Yes, exactly that 10.5K. And then basically, as you can see right now, we have a very long wick towards the upside, because that's just basically a liquidity grab that Bitcoin made. So for the people that were like, completely over leveraged and like, like I said, everybody was already, when we were reaching like 11,500, 11,600, everybody, you could kind of feel the FOMO already, right? So I'm not saying that the FOMO is not there. Everything is still looking super good. We had a amazing monthly candle close. Everything is still looking perfectly fine. I'm not saying in the medium term or in the macro perspective, but in the short term, I also said, like, be very careful, because Bitcoin is going to make that 10%, 11% dump, which is around 1K, 1.2K, like I said, and it's gonna be happening pretty sooner than later. That's basically, and I told you, right, the 10.5K area, that green box here towards the downside, is basically where I want things to be tested, right? And currently it has passed the test. It has passed the test, because we are seeing this nice jump or liquidity grab towards the upside. Now, you have to bear in mind, what I've been saying for the past couple of weeks still remains the truth. We still have to be holding that 10.5K area, or this green box here. If we start closing daily candles below it, like I said, you can clearly see it will immediately most likely dump towards this area here, which is around $9,800. Nothing is changed. Nothing has changed on that area, right? So be very careful, and don't, like I said, if you are a trader, you should be not minding the volatility. You should be embracing it and not having too much like these moon boys or these doom boys scenarios in your mind, where you're just basically predicting or calling it like, oh, we're going to 15,000 or we're going to 20,000, and put your mind set at that time, at that type of mindset, which is not it's not profitable for a trader. At least for an investor, that's great. For an investor, that's great, because you basically put into your mind that it will eventually go to that very high. I'm not going to be looking at my wallet. One day I'll be rich and I'll be able to buy my Lambo. That's basically what you're thinking as an investor. But as a trader, you should just be embracing, and like I said, trade the zones, and nothing really else really matters. We see momentum indicators going towards the upside. We close above that green box. Everything looks good. Momentum indicators are showing that, we are reaching some sort of like heavy resistance in the past. We have to be very careful at that point in time. Is RSI super high? Then of course going towards the downside, right? So let's take a look on what we are going to be expecting. And of course, now that we have dumped 1,600 and 1,700, everybody in the world is going to be crying bearish, right? Everybody's going to be crying, oh my God, it is, it's a scam. It's going to go below back to 9,000 or something like that. Well, I'm going to tell you my personal point of view. Actually, this is actually quite really positive, because, well, like I explained before, we are just testing our resistance back into support, and that is very bullish. So in a trader perspective, this was the perfect area to be longing, because that's where you're gonna make the most money. That was most likely one of the bottoms for a while. But of course, like I said, you should not immediately put yourself in that mindset that it can never break. Of course it can break, but the first time towards the downside, after such a long period trying to break that resistance towards the upside, then most likely it will not be breaking towards the downside very quickly, right? So risk management, it's all about risk management, right? So when we dump to that kind of like key area support, and you have a position in that area, it is just very easy to handle your risk management, right? Because if we do close below that important area of like 10,500 on a daily basis or on a high time frame basis, we can immediately close our position and we won't be losing that much money. We won't get wrecked. That's the whole plan. But more often than not, we will have a bounce on that area, because like I said, we have been getting a lot of support on that area. So now let me tell you for the next couple of days, most likely we won't have that much action. So don't be too worried about missing out or anything like that. You also have to understand, whenever we have a lot of volatility, and we had a super amount of volatility, right? So we went up basically $2,500, and then we dumped back down to $1,500. That's a volatility move of $4,000. And if we are looking at our HVP, or our historical volatility percentile, it is super red right now. What does that mean? It means that most likely we will be consolidating or ranging for the next couple of days. So for people who are thinking like, oh well, now we're gonna completely dump towards the downside, or for people who are moon boys, now we are going to be crushing it, and we are gonna go to the moon, and we are gonna get lambos again. Sorry, that's most likely not going to be happening. So over the next couple of days, over the next weeks, most likely we'll be playing out a range, and basically that's the range that I'm trying to be defining, and that's the ranges that I'll be trying to be trading. Right, so that's the plan for the next week or 2 weeks or something like that. I've already gave you my opinion about the CME gap, Jerson. So there's a gap at 9,600 or something like that. That gap is most likely not going to get filled, except if we are breaking our structure, right? So as long as we are holding the 10.5K, we are in a bullish momentum, and I don't see the reason for that gap to be filled, except if we are going to be breaking down towards, like, let's say like our 7,500 ish areas or something like that towards the downside. But yeah, don't get don't get too hooked on gaps, right? Because once again, this gap that we just filled on the CME was from, well, when was it? 1 second. Where was it again? At the 11,800 area. When was it? Let me check once again quickly. Here, that was here, right? Yeah. It was in August 2019, in August, and we're August now. So 1 year. It took 1 year to fill that gap. So that gap here that people are always talking about right now at this moment in time here at 9,600-ish or something like that, it could easily take another year to be filled, right? So maybe it will get filled. Maybe it will take 10 years to be filled. Who knows, right? So these are the kind of scenarios that I'm not saying that it cannot get filled, right? Don't get me wrong. But I'm just more concerned about the macro, or the current structure that we are building. And like I keep saying and harping on, and yeah, a lot of people are either believing it or not believing it, but this is the area that we have to be holding, right? So like I said, this is our resistance, and finally we broke up out of that resistance, and now we got our retest, and this is basically our support now. This is our support, and if we break that support, like I said, things will look very badly very quickly. So I will be immediately turning into more bearish towards the downside once that we break the 10.5K. So I'll be adjusting my strategy accordingly. But as long as the price stays above 10.5K and we do not close a daily candle below it, things are pretty fine. Things are pretty fine. And we are looking at mostly the high time frames to be checking at things. Of course, like I said, we will have our pullbacks, but 10% pullbacks is pretty normal, and even in bull markets, 20% pullbacks are pretty normal as well on Bitcoin as well. It's all about experience, and if you've been through what I've been through basically for the past 4 or 5 years with Bitcoin, something like this should not surprise you anymore. But I know a lot of people are not that experienced into trading, and a lot of people are just like, basically like have a different have the mindset of like, well, if things are going to go up, it will most likely keep going up or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, whenever we reach certain zones that have historical a lot of importance, like this previous resistance here at 12K, and then the next previous historical resistance here, high here at 14K, you should be kind of expecting a retracement or a pullback. That's just how market goes, because, well, if you are going in a super high speed train towards the upside, at one point people are going to be taking profits, right? So Apparently. And what Constant is saying is most likely what all the moon boys are thinking, right? We will never go below 10k anymore, and it's very possible. I'm not saying that it's impossible that we won't go up anymore, but we won't go below 10k. I really hope that we don't go below 10k anymore. But like I said, if we do, like I said, I don't put into my mind set that there's no possibility of this or no possibility of that. I rather put my mind as if that possibility or if that happens, then I will just adjust my strategy rather than just putting in my mind like, okay, that's impossible. There's a lot of things that can happen. So don't I won't I will never put like I will never be persuade to be like thinking like this can never happen. Crazier things has happened before. We all know that about black swan events as well. Like for example, who could have known that we would have this crazy COVID virus ravaging our economy and basically first create this huge crash towards the downside and then make this V-shaped recovery towards the upside. I don't think anybody could have predicted that. So anything is possible. It's more, I think if you are a serious trader or a serious technical analyst, you should be more concerned by trying to find levels and ranges rather than being FOMO'd into a FOMO into higher positions, right? Because like I said, I kind of felt it already yesterday. A lot of people were 11.6, 11.7, and everybody was already like going crazy. And like I said, yeah, at 12k, 12.1k, that was the area most likely gonna have a pullback there. But nobody believed, of course, that we would have a pullback of like 1,500 or something like that towards the downside. But it's what Bitcoin does. It's and definitely when we went to like this crazy run, parabolic run towards the upside, right? Anyways, so let's take a look on the weekly chart, because those are basically the more key or the more important things that we should be looking at. So in the macro perspective, as you can see here, the first resistance was reached at 12,100 area on the weekly, and if we continue building and if we create a positive close over the next couple of weeks, as you can see here, 14,600 is our next target. Well, of course, this is going to be changing, but like I explained before, most likely the next target will be around this 14,000 or our previous historical high that we've created there. So that's basically still my zone that I'm targeting for the next push leg up towards the upside. But like I also said before, most likely we will have a certain period once again of consolidation and sideways movement before we will get another push towards the upside. Well, why do I think that? Well, like I said before, we have a crazy amount of push towards the upside already, and a crazy pullback as well already. So now it's going to be forming some sort of a base, and then that's what I'm expecting, another leg up towards the upside. If we are looking at in the past, we can see very similar things that was happening before, right? So let's put it on the 2-day chart. Maybe you can see it a little bit better on the 2-day chart here. So very similar situation is basically this area here, where we basically created this ascending channel here. So on the weekly, we created this ascending channel too. As you can see here, beautiful ascending channel, and of course we broke towards the upside, and as you can see here, big momentum towards the upside. And then what happened, we made a small pullback. It's like like I said, like a 10% move or something like that. And then what happened, a couple of a few weeks, a week or week or two, we basically ranged in this area, and then we took a leg up towards the higher end once again. So that's basically what I'm expecting as well for now. for our situation, right? So if we are looking at the weekly on this 2-day chart, sorry, 2-day chart, we basically have formed some sort of like a ascending channel, ascending triangle, sorry, as well here, as you can see here, and then we broke up out of from it, and then we had our pullback, and then most likely a couple of ranging towards the day, and then at one point, once we have built some sort of consolidation or some sort of accumulation, once again, most likely we'll be going another leg up towards the 14K. That is still what I am expecting or what I am thinking for now. But of course, that is if that scenario plays out, right? So if we start, like I said, it's all about the zones. If we start breaking the zones towards the downside, then we don't have to be talking about moving up towards the upside. Then we'll be talking about moving towards the downside rather than the upside, right? So for me, it's very, very clear. This is the area that we have to be holding, the 10.5K. It is the most crucial one. Do I think that we will break it? Most likely not. Everything looks still very, very good. And if we are looking at all the momentum indicators as well, we can clearly see, right, on the 4-hour, we have basically reset our RSI basically almost completely towards the downside as well, right? So that's basically a very, very good sign, because that's what you want, right? So building on a higher level the price and the RSI resetting all the way towards the downside. So what we're gonna do is just basically create some new green boxes on the short term, because that's what we are interested in, so that we can trade it accordingly over the next couple of days, weeks, or something like that. Well, for me, and over the next couple of days rather than anything else, right? So the first green box is of course this area here around the 10,900 area. We can clearly see that from the past that was basically the area that we have been holding for a very, very long time. And as you can see here, we are still holding it right now, even if we went back down here, and then it went back up here, and then right now it's still holding that basically went back down to like that green box here, or the 10.950 ish area. So that's a very major zone there. On the other hand, we also have this green box here on towards the upside, because that's where basically the price just got rejected, which is at around 11,350 ish area. And then of course we can make another box towards the top side, which is our 12,000 area, because that was our previous high, right? So those are the boxes that we can put in. And now we can actually make a small box in the middle here as well, which is around 11.6, but that is a little bit of less of an importance, I guess. But it's like a temporary area that could be forming in the future. So those are the green boxes for in our short-term period. And if we do break that, like I said, if we do break that area, most likely we can be revisiting very quickly towards the downside, most likely around the 10,000 area once again, which is where our EMA 200 is right now at 9,900 actually. So yeah, that's gonna be breaking our structure. So I don't want to be thinking about that too heavily. Let's just keep things on the bullish side right now, but because like I said, most likely we will be seeing a lot of more of a ranging rather than anything else. So over the next couple of days, what I actually do expect is actually that we will be going back towards this this area towards the top side. I still believe that we will have a nice push towards the upside with the weekly close coming up tomorrow. But depending on where we are closing, the weekly close is where I'll be expecting the trend, right? Because as you can see right now here, the EMA 21 is defining our area or our resistance, right? So when it became support, and now it's becoming resistance, right? Is it a good idea to hold off buying after corrections? No, actually, you should be thinking about buying rather than selling after corrections. It's actually the opposite. You should actually be thinking about buying, and definitely when the general trend is still an uptrend, right? When everything is still an uptrend and we have a correction, that's actually the perfect spot to be buying. So if anybody bought at like 10.5k, where it dropped down from. I think you have an amazing position, and most likely that position is going to make you a lot of money over the next coming month. That's what I'm thinking. But everything can go wrong as well. But then you also have a very nice risk management point, right? Because if we do close below 10.5k, what are you losing? Time, basically. That's basically the only thing that you're losing. Not really money or anything at all. So basically, these are the green boxes. Do I think that we will be breaking below the 10.9k? Very unlikely. To be honest, like I said, a lot of support on this area, and it took us a really long time for us to be breaking the 10.5k. So suddenly the trend suddenly breaking towards the downside. Very highly unlikely. And for the people who are thinking, why did we get this $1,000 500 correction towards the downside? The reason is very simple, because everybody who was longing from this position here, from this area towards this area here, basically took profits on this area here, and everybody who bought here from this area to this area and who did not close their position got basically screwed. That's the name of the game when you are playing there's trading games, right? So always you should always follow. First of all, you should always make sure that you have your stop limits in order. That is one. Secondly, if you are trading for larger amounts, make sure that you're not over leveraged, because you should know already that Bitcoin can pull back 10%. I was just saying it yesterday, and it happens today. That's some Oracle shit right there. Right? But anyways, what can we expect for the next couple of days or something like that? Most likely ranging, right? So, but there's a couple of potential trades that we can still take, and the trades are very simple and very defined with these green boxes as well. So if tomorrow, if we do close above this green box here, above the EMA 21, basically at 11,360, most likely we will have a push up toward this green box here at about 11,660. So a nice $300 move towards the upside is a potential trade there. Will I take it? Of course I will take it if that's the case. Other than that, if the price doesn't get rejected from the EMA 21, most likely it will go down to here, to the 10.9k ish area once again, and this EMA 55 is going to be slowly curling up towards the upside. So that is going to be our next support as well. So of course I'll be longing as well around this 10.9k ish area as well. So for now, I'll be thinking about is finding longing positions on the pullbacks, because like I said, what I'm seeing here is actually very bullish and nothing to be very bearish about, as long, and that's the crucial key point, right? As long as we are holding and we're not closing daily candles or higher time frame candles below 10,500. So that's basically the key defining moment there. If that structure does break and we do start closing below, I'll just switch it over into a short. Like I said, I don't have any emotional attachment to the market or to the Bitcoin or to the price. It will just be a little bit sad, because yeah, it's just more fun to be trading. It's just so much more fun to be trading in a bull market, and it's so much easier to be trading in a bull market or in an uptrend rather than in a downtrend, right? So, but for now, like I said, don't suddenly be super bearish or anything like that. Don't think that we will have these $1,000 moves continuously every day or something like that. Like I said, just looking at the historical volatility percentile, and that is where we are gonna do right now. First of all, let's take a look at the expected moves first, right? Expected moves, first standard deviation toward the top side is 11,300 10,095, which is the green box towards the area that I'm saying. First standard deviation towards the downside is 10,865, which is the green box towards the downside, like I said. And as you can see right now, the probability is actually a little bit higher that we are going towards the upside. Like I said, I do expect us to go back up towards the 11,300-ish area for the weekly close by tomorrow. To be honest, that's what I am expecting. Other than that, let's take a look here on the HVP. Like I said here, HVP is major red, which means that yeah, big moves are most likely going to be not happening, because like I said, volatility contracts. It's like a rubber band, right? So if something is contracting at one time, it's going to explode, boom, and then not much big movements anymore, right? Because it's already exploded, and then it has to contract again, and then we'll have a big move once again. So since now that everything is basically super red, means that everything is super expanded right now, means that most likely we'll be ranging over the next couple of days. So, you know, for people who are worried or scared or something like that, I don't have to be that worried right now. Over the next couple of days, most likely we'll be ranging, and that's the reason why I'm creating these green boxes here, because even though it's ranging, you can still make some profitable trades on that area, as long as, like I said, the zones or the support areas are being respected. So let's move on to the daily chart. If we can see something different there. I don't think we can see something different there though. So daily charts, as you can see here, expanding. HVP is expanding already towards orange as well. Let's see on the short term, can we see something short term? RSI is very low right now on the and it's getting rejected right now from the bearish area, which is very positive towards the price, for the price as well. So like I said, most likely we will have a small slow grind push back up towards the upper area, back to like 11,350 or something like that over the night, over the next couple of 8 to 10 hours or something like that. But it's very possible that we swipe back down also a little bit longer towards this 10,900 first, before we make that move towards the upside as well. So, you know, it's a Sunday. I'm not gonna make any trades or something like that. I'm just, like I said, I'm just creating all of this right now to prepare myself for the next coming week. But the big fun is sadly enough over, I feel, because like I said, we already made a move, $2,500 towards the upside, and then 1,500 towards the downside. So the big volatility moves have been completed, and sadly enough, I did not make that much money out of the big moves. But that's what trading is about, right? So sometimes you can prepare all you want, and it doesn't work out, or it happens at a damn Sunday where where I cannot where I'm not making that move or that trade. But yeah, other than that, the previous month was a very good month for myself. So, you know, I can't really complain about that as well, right? So is there something else that I want to say? Is there something else that I want to say? No, I think that's it. So yeah, that's my plan now for tomorrow. Just watching to see what the close will be for the daily for the weekly candle close. If we do close above the EMA 21, most likely we'll have a push up towards the next box here at 11,600 something, 660. If we do close below it, most likely we'll be swiping down towards the 10.9 near this EMA 55 once again, and then get a bounce from there as well. And to be clear, I'm not bearish or I'm not looking for short positions right now. Everything on the macro trend is still turning to be up, so still aiming for a push towards the upside. So I'm not gonna take that many short trades or anything like that. Just to be clear, as you can see here, this is the weekly. Weekly is still looking great. Nothing to be that concerned about. That's a small pullback on the Stokes, but that's fine. Here, this is basically what the most important key indicator is. The RSI on the weekly is going up, right? So other than that, Is there something else that I want to say? Boom, boom, boom. I don't Ethereum. I don't want to go into XRP. XRP is just such. I think yesterday I did quickly XRP and I said that most likely will go to the 30 cents, right? So I'll make a quick XRP check. You can see here. Amazing, amazing also how we got this this dump all the way down to 24 cents. Amazing. But anyways, this was the red line. As you can see, I told you guys whenever the red line, if we would have a daily close above this red line, most likely we will have continuation towards the 30 cents. And as you can see, boop, and we crossed it even. We went to 32 cents. And what did I tell you guys? Most likely around 30 cents I would be selling my Ripple, and I hope you did. Because but to be honest, when Bitcoin is going to be going up, all the rest is going to be going up as well, but not in as a fast pace or anything like that. So I don't know why you would want to be investing into like some shitcoin that has, you know, it's such a shit coin, and definitely when the chart is on the macro trend is not that great. So because this is still the macro trend on the weekly, right? So if you're looking at this, look good. This is our high, this is our lower high, this is our lower high, this is our lower high, and technically this is still our lower high. So we are in a how many year downtrend? This is from 2018, so that's a 2-year downtrend. And for the people who don't understand, and I understand that it's a completely different vision than for most people, right? So for most people, they are saying like, well, if I have $1,000 and I buy something for $1,000, like a shit coin like XRP, and in 5 years it 10x's, or let's say it 20x's, then my $1,000 becomes my $1,000 becomes what's 20x, right? $20,000 over 5 years. Great, that's good for you. But for me, my time is way more valuable than 10x or 20x over the course of 5 years. So what I believe is if I would have $1,000 by trading on a daily basis, I will make more than 20,000 over the course of 5 years. That's basically the difference of perception or concept. So if you believe in these altcoins, good, great for you. But it's just so high risk. Most of them are going to be going to not zero, but close to zero. So I don't know why you would be taking that risk. Sure, Zach. You can make in certain periods. You can, if you are timing it in certain periods, of course, you can make more with altcoins than with Bitcoins. But is it worth the risk? And can you really time it all the time correctly? More often you will not time it as correctly as you think that you can, right? So you can get lucky, and I have been taking longs on Ethereum, right? So it's not like I haven't been taking positions on Ethereum. I'm just taking the altcoins that have a serious amount of market cap, a serious amount of liquidity, and I don't really care about definitely not XRP, because in a macro trend, I mean, if I see a weekly chart like this, I'm not trading it. I'm just not trading it. I mean, good luck with it. I don't want to, because I just don't want to be, stuck in any scenarios where, I'm not saying that the market cap from Ripple is low, by the way. Ripple is a top 10 coin. So the liquidity is definitely there. It's just the if I see, I mean, yeah, it's just not a good chart. I don't like it in a technical perspective. And yeah, why would I take that money? So anyways, yeah, why not take the trade? I mean, it's the same as put the trade, put a long on Ethereum, and you'll have the same amount of gains or something like that. So, But once again, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, so whatever you want to do with your own money is, of course, your own responsibility. That's just my personal opinion. I'm just trading mainly the Bitcoin and sometimes Ethereum and sometimes Link because Link did this. Basically, it broke out of that channel, like I said, and it went back to previous all-time high, which is something that is healthy, right? So that's what I like about charts. When I see something like that and it goes back to all-time high, and you know, it makes that movement, it's alive. So that's the only thing. But if I am trading altcoins, I never hold my positions or anything like that. And other than that, if I'm trading altcoins, I only trade it in USD pairing, so I gain more, so that I gain more USD. I don't want to be gaining more Ripple or the altcoin or Link or anything like that. Because I don't trust it. I don't trust in it, right? So I don't want to be gaining more Link. I don't want to be gaining more Ethereum even. Just want to gain more USD, because at the end of the day, Daddy needs to buy his diapers, and I need fiat to be buying my stuff that I want to. All my whatever I'm earning, I am investing, or I'm doing I'm doing stuff with it in real life, in real world, not in digital land or in crypto land. So I don't care about Link. I don't have a function for it. And I'm not that kind of person who wants to be thinking about 5 years or 10 years down the road. I just want to have like that in 5 or 10 years. I want just to have, like, for example, a lot of condos, a lot of houses, real estate, a lot of this and that, a nice portfolio into in the stock market, a nice portfolio into the metals, companies, etc., etc. That's what I care about. So yeah, everything else don't really care about. So for me, it's all about just work, just making money, and not really having too much emotional contact, emotional bonding with the token. So I guess that's it for today. I really hope that Bitcoin does keep strength and keep going up, because it just makes a better vibe to be to be talking to people. People are way more happy in a bull run or in a upwards momentum. Everybody is like super happy and stuff like that, rather than in a bearish market. But as a trader, you should really not be caring that much, right? Yes, Davo, the trade setups are here in the green boxes here. Just scroll back or go back like 10, 20, 15 minutes or something like that in the video, and you'll hear what I'm thinking about and what I'm going to be getting myself into by tomorrow. All right, so hope to see you again tomorrow. Weekly candle close tomorrow, so let's see if we are gonna be closing above the EMA 21. That's basically what I still am expecting, but expectations are not the same as as reality. All right, see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. Please like, share, comment, and whatever you want with this channel. And until tomorrow, stay home, stay safe, and of course,